Okay, I'm responding to Mark Smithson from Wiseup, and he seems to think he knows about mudfossils. And I tried to help him early in this, and he's just not helpable. He has no ability in chemistry or anatomy or any research whatsoever. He doesn't do anything. He just looks at things and guesses and then makes these arrogant statements. Now listen to this. I'm going to respond to the things he's been saying, which are very arrogant and very demeaning, and they're just absolutely wrong. It's silly. Well, listen to this.
Look at his channel, and on his main site, this is actually his main wallpaper image, and this is absolutely fake, isn't it? Even if dinosaurs existed, this species was never found, was it? So
I know it was never found. This is the way he speaks about things. You have to accept the silliness that he says. I mean, a 10-year-old could figure this out in 10 minutes, but he makes these ridiculous statements and makes a fool out of himself. This is Draco Rex. Here it is. It's as simple as that, Mark. Why don't you go and do some research, my friend? All right, he explains that space is fake and we're all living on a flat earth and all this business, and then he goes into this. Listen.
it goes above 120,000 feet.
Nothing
right?
goes above that, he says. You right? Look, obviously.
This comet
Unbelievable.
is, well, it's fake anyway, but he's saying that this is a piece of meat flying around in space, and that it's actually got it's got mumps on it, chicken pox. But when you actually analyse his own image, this is not a mound, a lump, it's actually a...
Alright, I just might gotta stop there. I never said it was a lump. He pays no attention to anything. He has no abilities whatsoever. I said that is a blood vessel. Blood vessels go inside. These bumps are what they call dragon balls. Those dragon balls are blood that is leaching out. They're organic molecules that are leaching into this hole. And this hole is being heated up by the sun, and they're shooting out in those comas. And that's what's shooting out in all different directions on the sun. He has no chemistry and no anatomy and no common sense, really. But a lot of arrogance. All right, here we go again. Unbelievable.
He's come out and said that these are hairs.
I didn't say they're hairs. They are sweat glands.
The next image. So, you know, do you think the hair would survive
No, they're not hair.
thousands of years, regardless of how big it is? He's saying that these are roots. Well, they are roots. The roots of a plant. I'm just pointing out some things for you to think straight, because he's obviously dragging a few people down his rabbit hole of fantasy. He said these are hairs, right?
I'm just going to stop there. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. You see these little striations in here? And they see the hole in the top of there? That's what happens in hairs. And I'm going to show you hairs. Hold on a second. You see that? That's what a hair looks like if you did some actual research, Mark. And this is kaolin clay's Mark. And this is what a hair looks like, Mark. And this is what the striations of a hair look like, Mark. Time for you to actually wake up and do some research, my friend. You were making an absolute fool of yourself. This is Crowley Lake. You see those? Those are hairs. And they are gigantic, and this is the kaolin clay. Some of it's red, some of it's white, some of it's brown, and some of it's yellow. The same colors as in all human beings. And this kaolin clay, here's Crowley Lake again. There they are. You see above there, they stick above, just like the ones that we talked about in that other thing where he said I was a fool. You know, I tried to help this guy, and he has no abilities, and he's annoying the hell out of me, to be perfectly honest with you. I didn't know he was being so silly about it. You see, there's another row of hair. See that? That's what a hair is. It's a hair. He's got to do some research. I'm just going to leave it at that, because everything he's saying is ridiculous. He's talking about metals turning into stone. It doesn't work that way. Metals particulate. Because it's called something like, well, I know exactly what it's called. It's called transition metal bonding. And it also goes by the name of carboxylation. Anything that's in aqueous solution will move and will carboxylate, and it will try to find a bonding agent and bond to it. And I'll show you some, and I've done so much research on this, and this guy is just guessing and being a real fool, to be perfectly honest with you. Stay away from him. You are just wasting your time and losing your mind. You see this? I don't just guess. This is from Helix Biolabs. They're from, you call it Helix Paleo Labs. And this is 3 different DNA tests on a 36-inch mud fingertip, a lung, and another mud fingertip. And here's what they did. They did ancient DNA analysis. It took months to do this. They went through, they did all 3 of them and did all kinds of tests, positive this, positive that. The negative controls were negative. It goes on and on and on. And it ends up being that all 3 are Homo sapien, mitochondria B, D loop, yada, yada, yada. It goes down to the colors in the sequence. Where's his analysis of things? This guy is lost. Unreal. And he's acting so arrogant. That's what annoys me. I don't care if people make claims and they talk about this and that, but when they act like such a fool to somebody who has done research and not just guesses with absolutely no knowledge whatsoever. I'm surprised he can even use a computer, to be honest with you. I don't like to demean people, but this guy needs some demeaning. It's unbelievable. And I'm going to leave it at that because he's annoying the hell out of me. So that's the case. Hold on one second. If you want to learn something, come up to here, Mudfossil University on YouTube. It's all free. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Go away, that's all. But if you like it, stay there and look up and find out the reality of things, like the reality of this. Claims. All right, I'm making claims and I'm showing the evidence. I'm showing the DNA and I'm showing the chemistry. I've actually created my own mud fossils in a lab. I had an anatomist that he owns his own anatomy school, that we did virtual autopsies on all of this stuff. He verified everything. I have 7 CAT scans done by the best CAT scan in the world, Jesse Garant. And there is nobody that beats them in CAT scans. Look at this. What they can do is look right into anything. They can look deep into all of these things. They can tell you what the metal is like, the porosity, all the dimensions, the inside, the tolerances. And this is, see this, look at this, porosity analysis. They do racing car engines. This is that, and now they're doing all of the, so they can tell you all the tolerances and everything. You build something like that, you put it out, and 5 of them are bad out of 200, and they're in an airplane. What do? You throw all the 200 of them away? No, you send them to Jesse. He could tell you if they're good or bad. This is the kind of research I do. So, come on board to the reality of the situation. Come up to Mudfossils University where, it's free and it's no charge. You come up there and you learn. All right? Thanks.